Hello there, YouTubes. How are we all? I am fucking atrocious, but thank you for asking anyway. As you may be able to tell from my voice or whatever, I'm a little bit ill at the moment with the flu and stuff. Um, I'm just generally not having a particularly great time with it, so I'm going to throw myself a little pity party here and explain why there's nothing going up on my main channel. Firstly, I'm partly doing this to test. I'm on my new laptop, and this is the laptop's web camera and microphone thing. Well, the microphone's built in, you know what I mean. So yeah, so I don't know what the quality or the sound is going to be like, but that's why I'm testing it, I suppose. Yeah, as to my main channel, there's nothing going up on that at the moment because I got a strike for my last video, which some of you may have seen. It was about Kraut and Tea, and it was done for hate speech, which is ridiculous, considering it contained a tweet from Kraut where he was going about killing as many Muslims as possible. Apparently, I'm the one doing hate speech because I made a joke about him being Goebbels. Anyway, and of course, it was struck down by one of his fanboys, it would appear. So much for that free speech shite. Although fair play to Kraut, I have to say. And indeed actually mirrored the video, which is quite funny. That he mirrored the video on point of principle, but in that I called him Goebbels. But again, only as a joke. I don't think he's actually fucking Goebbels. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so that got struck down. So I can't upload for 2 weeks. And I think like 4 days of that has gone, so it's about another 10 days before I can do anything. Which means I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'm going to be locked out of my channel or locked out of uploading from my channel on my birthday, which is tomorrow. I'm turning 30 tomorrow. So on top of that, I've had this sort of existential thing going on of like, when you get to 30, does that mean, are you middle aged at that point? I don't know. But yeah, so I've had all this going on in my head. And of course, on the same, I got that strike on I think it was Monday or whatever. And then within hours, it was the skeptic feminist thing had happened. I'm not going to go too far into that, but it was obviously horrific, fucking tragedy. A friend of mine, it would appear anyway, obviously there's not been a court case yet or whatever, but it would appear that a friend of mine killed another friend of mine. So yeah, that's pretty shit. Yeah, and then I went to work on that night, and it was an awful shift, really atrocious. So I mean, you're having a bad day when the least shitty thing that happens is you get a video struck down and locked out from uploading to your YouTube channel for 2 weeks. That's the least shit thing that happens in a day. That's been a shit day. Although obviously it does the death of Ivy, rest her soul, puts it all into perspective to a degree, because you think, well, it's a fucking YouTube channel, who cares? I mean, I put a lot of work into it and stuff, but I'd rather be alive and have a shit day than be dead, So yeah, so all of that was going on. Then obviously Chris Cornell died. For those who don't know, he's I suppose we now have to say former lead singer of Audioslave and Soundgarden. And I know it might seem strange to get upset or whatever about someone that you've never met, but you do get, obviously, cultural icons you get attached to in the same way that early last year people remember I was a bit moved by the death of David Bowie. And Chris Cornell is no different in the sense that I was moved by his death, although clearly in terms of cultural impact, David Bowie was a bigger person or whatever. And of course, incredibly sad to hear that it would appear it was Cornell's death was suicide by hanging, which on top of my video I made about my own struggles with mental health and stuff was poignant for me on a personal level. Yeah, then I had a bust up with a friend of mine, which seems to have mostly been sorted out now, but still, I mean, you get a little bit of a hangover from that in a relationship and all that. So it's yeah, fighting with friends is never fun, is it? Not literally. I mean, it wasn't a physical fight, like a argument or whatever. And then Chris Ray-Gun, who people have seen him in my Descent to Manosphere videos, or video, his edition of that series, his entry into that particular Hall of Shame. He made a video not just about me, it was about me and Cat Black and Steve Shives and Peter Coffin and all that. But essentially white knighting for his new bestie, Lacey Green. Oh yeah, and of course on top of all this, you had Lacey Green's kind of betrayal. I mean, we'll wait and see where that goes, but I feel like that's the path she's going down. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. So Chris made this video, and then all his fanboys descended upon me, telling me to go kill myself. Which, like I say, considering I've just had a friend die, Chris Cornell's just committed suicide, and because my last video about Craig got taken down, it means the latest video up on my channel is my video talking about my struggles with mental health issues. So to have a barrage of people telling to go kill themselves, or telling me to go kill myself, is I think puts into some perspective the kind of scumminess of the people involved here. But these are the people that Lacey Green has decided to engage with because they're such respectful and constructive people, apparently. She's besties with a friend with Chris, who sent. Well, I mean, to be fair, he didn't send those people to me in the literal sense, but led his army of fucking brain dead gimps to harass me with wishes for my suicide. Stay classy, guys. And I've been getting actually all week. I've been getting dogpiled either by Crowton T with his absurd fucking conspiracy theory video about how the S Jews are going to do something. I don't know. And then Sean Head lied about me to Lacey Green. Oh, I think that was last week? I don't know. And that got me dogpiled to fuck. And then the Chris Ray-Gun thing. And then I'm a Skeptic decided to pitch in this morning or this afternoon, whatever, on Twitter and be a bit of a twat. And this actually, a quick. I mean, they're never going to see this, but a quick message to Shu and Skeptic. If you accept the apology of someone, it's really, really piss poor to then throw that thing back in that person's face like a year fucking later. That's poor. Either you accept the apology and you move on. And I'm not saying they have to like completely forget that it ever happened, and I can understand them being distrustful of me and they even dislike me intensely, whatever. That's a perfectly justifiable response. When a person apologizes and you accept that apology, you do have to let it go. If you keep bringing it up, it means you basically haven't accepted the fucking apology. Pardon me. Yeah, so that's been poor. I don't know why they're doing that, but whatever. So yeah, so it's been a rough few days. But yeah, so because that's I mean all this has been shit, and that's why I can't upload on my channel, my main channel at the moment. But I think I'll be doing a live stream tonight on I think Christy Winter's channel about this. Well, about in memory of Poison Ivy, who sadly is no longer with us, and our memories of her. And she was a fantastic person, and we'll all miss her. And we're going to be doing a live stream about that. Oh yeah, and a quick shout out to all of the scumbags who've been memeing about her death. You are properly scum. I want nothing to do with you. And actually, Thunderfoot made a video saying similarly today. He's almost become a bearable human being recently, almost. So yes, if you want to join us, I'm not sure what time that's happening. I think it's uh, um, what 10. I think 10 p.m. my time. I think I could be wrong about that. I don't know. Basically, go onto Christy Winter's channel and it'll be there anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go get some rest before that tonight because I didn't expect it to be as emotional as it is for me, but it has been. Um, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop this before I just crumble into a heap and whatever. Anyway, thank you for listening and watching. If anyone has made it to the end of this video, you're a fucking trooper because I've been boring myself, frankly. Anyway, thank you for listening and watching. Pip pip.